How's it going, everybody?
Caleb, I know it's still your intention to come here and turn around the fortunes of this franchise and win multiple Super Bowls and individual accolades as well. But what do you know now after your first season about how much of a collective approach it takes from you and throughout the entirety of the organization?
Yeah, obviously you learn a little bit more about that. That everybody has to have the same common goal, and it has to be, timing has to be right. So I think those have been the two most important things that I've learned.
Caleb, you talked last week and again last night about wanting to be challenged by whoever the next coach is, and Thomas was up here a little bit earlier saying that sometimes it can be difficult for certain coaches to challenge quarterbacks the way they need to be challenged. What would you express to whoever it is coming in here about how you would like to be challenged and what they need to do to bring the best out of you?
Yeah, I would just say, just challenge me. Whether it's pulling me aside, whether it's and saying whatever, or having talks consistently, or maybe not, or maybe having a list of things that we want to accomplish. Myself first, and then because that helps the team, and then from there, help find ways to set other goals and things like that. So however it may work out, just a challenge, and just to find ways to help better myself, but also better the team. And so really excited about that. But I would say any way, any shape, form. I don't have an issue with being challenged. I don't have an issue with speaking truth between the coach and I, or whoever it may be. And so just whichever way that happens, whichever way it shapes is the way it goes.
Last night you talked about how just like things that you want to work on in the off season and just for next year, whether it's on the field or off the field. You mentioned like maybe eliminating distractions, having fewer people around you. What did you learn about being the face of a franchise that goes beyond just like being a football player in between the lines?
Yeah, I'd say that this is playing quarterback in the NFL is fun as can be. It's the adrenaline, the time, effort, and energy that you put into it, and to have the chance to be able to go out there and execute and win games with guys that is doing the same thing, working out, working hard, showing up, and things like that consistently throughout the year, and to have that collective goal, and to be able to go out there and try and win the game. Like I said, have the opportunity to win the game is one of the best feelings that you can have. And so I'd say being able to have those moments, being able to understand what it takes to be in this position, understand that it's a tough job, understand that there's a lot at stake. Being in this position of being a football player and trying to help turn things around. So I think there's been a lot of learning lessons. I think they were needed for myself, but also for this team, and can't wait for what's next.
So you're somebody now though about the magnitude of what's expected from you in this position that you didn't know coming in.
I knew that it was a big task at hand. I knew that were some of the things that I couldn't do from college, some of the things that I could do, a bunch of things that I needed to learn on and off the field, and I'd say there was more lessons this year, and I would say that I've had, and one of the things was all of the different things throughout the week that is needed to take for me to be able to go out there and play well, for the team to play well. It's something I learned early on, and finding ways to be better at those things throughout the year and the years to come.
Caleb, Thomas also said it's unrealistic to expect a quarterback in your position to come in and have all the answers.
Yep.
Was there more to learn here than you anticipated?
No,
So though, how well were you guided through that, given you were being coached by guys that were fired mid-season?
Yeah, I wouldn't say. What was the first part of that one?
Was there more to learn here
Yeah,
at
gotcha.
the NFL level than you anticipated?
No, I wouldn't say there was more to learn. I knew that there was going to be a lot that I had to learn in a fast amount of time to be able to go out there and play and try and play well, play efficient football and try and win games. So I knew there was going to be, a tremendous amount, and there's still a tremendous amount, and I'm really excited about that. And there's many things that throughout the season that I didn't know or didn't do well, and to be able to have the time now, and most of those things is things that I didn't know, and so to be able to have the time now to go back and look at myself, look at other QBs the way they've done it, and then also just sit down and get in the books and learn some of the things that I didn't know throughout the year, some of the things that I really want to know by next year to be able to help the team.
You coached well this year?
Was I coached well? I think I was coached well for the task at hand. I think coaches being fired, only being here for a certain amount of time, trying to build the relationship between the coaches. I think that's a challenge in itself to have different coaches throughout the season and different terminologies and the way they believe in stuff, and trying to run somebody else's offense, things like that. So I think the collective or the overall part of the year, I'd say that I was, coach, well.
I know you're not gonna necessarily have a say in who the next coach is, but when you hear the names popping up about potential interviews, are you privately, when a name pops up, are you like excited about certain guys potentially coming in, and do you talk to your teammates about that kind of stuff?
I think no, I'm not talking to the teammates about that stuff, just because we don't have any control over that, and so us talking about that, I don't think it does anything or waivers in that sense the decisions or pushes a decision in any way. And then the first part of that was what?
Do you personally, when you follow it,
Excited?
you get excited about certain, oh, look at that guy or this guy?
Yeah, obviously. I mean, if somebody comes up, pops up that I've met before, known, or the track record has been pretty good. Obviously, you get excited about something like that, but not too much thought goes into it.
Caleb, you've talked about wanting to be pushed. Schematically, would you favor a coach who kind of leans into the things you consider yourself good at? Or somebody who maybe might be broader and ask you to do things outside of your comfort zone?
Yeah, I think both is a good balance. I think it's when the new coach gets hired, it's gonna be my second year, so there's gonna be things that I haven't done, things that will need to do for to have a long career, and so that's a part of the challenge, is being able to fight the level of comfort, but also provide a new level of challenge. And that's bringing in new stuff that I haven't done, and that's also being able to help me, get more comfy with those things that I haven't done, and then the things that I do well, be able to maintain and manage those, and be able to use those as my strengths.
How much pride do you take in?
On the slow starts? You guys not scoring a lot in the first quarter, a lot of 3-and-out start games. What part of that do you look at and say, this is what I'm accountable for and need to do better?
Yeah, I think execution wise, and I think it starts and started early on in the season, and being detailed, being able to go out there and execute the plays called.
Caleb, you talked yesterday about the kind of the maturation or the growth of being kind of deferential in your role as a rookie to being more assertive, perhaps, in the future. What exactly do you think that entails? I mean, do you think that's like challenging teammates and just being more, just being more demonstrative and more demanding, or what? How do you think that play out?
I think it plays into the knowing your teammates. I think it also to be able to do something like that, be able to take the next step in leadership and things like that. You gotta first know your guys, and also you gotta be on point each day. And so going through this first year, I knew that I was gonna have rookie mess ups, and things like that. So being able to sit back and learn the guys, being able to sit back and figure out what type of guy this guy may be, and how he responds to this, and how he responds to that, I think is going to be good for us next year.
Do you have a clear feel for how you can improve your deep ball accuracy? Do you have a feel at this point on how you can improve your deep ball accuracy for year two?
No, I haven't been able to go back and look at it yet, but I think it starts from detail between the receiver and I, and then from there, just technique and all of that, and then being able to just get on the same page early on. Find what type of throws and things like that the receiver can and cannot adjust to, or what he and where he likes the football to be thrown and things like that, and have a bit more opportunity to do that.
Caleb,
How much
what
pride
thoughts
do
do you
take
have
in
on,
starting? How much pride do you take in starting every game of the season? It's kind of rare to do that, and you took a lot of shots. So how were you able to do that?
I've said it many times before. Just the type of food, hydration, and sleep. Sleep towards the end of the season was big for me to be able to function overall, and then be able to recover as fast as possible.
what thoughts do you have on Ben Johnson? Ben Johnson is probably the favorite to get this job, one of the leading candidates for sure.
Yeah, I think obviously, even watching last night, knowing kind of what they're going to be in a certain situation and being able to go out there and execute, like the pass they threw to Jameer on Van Ginkel. I believe I said his name right, but number 43 on the Vikings, the red zone. Just knowing that, how he's going to play it and things like that, and then go and kind of counter. I think he's done that all year, and I think it's been really cool to watch. I think during our game, I would sit back and watch and just kind of watch and try and learn something or watch. And it was fascinating to watch because he always, like I said, he had wrinkles for counters and things like that throughout the game. And so I think he's obviously done really well. And so it'd be cool to see how that all goes down.
Caleb,
Obviously-
beyond
Obviously, this season has been super heavy for you, not just on the field, but off the field. So what are your emotions today? Like, as you clean out your locker, year one is done, and you head into this important offseason.
Yeah, I don't think it's hit me yet. I think it probably hit me when I, fully packed the car and, roll out back home. And but I do know that it was, getting that win yesterday was big, at least for me, just because, you never know who's going to be here. You never know, how long somebody's going to play, and things like that. So being able to get that win and, in the season with a win was big, at least for me internally, just because of like I said, the guys, they've been great, to be honest. They've been awesome in that locker room, and so to be able to end with a win versus Green Bay was like I said, couldn't ask for a better way, because we've been through a good amount this year, and to be able to go out there and fight and come out with the win, and do it the right way was really cool to see and really cool to be a part of, and kind of important, I would say, to me. So yeah, the Bears.